Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So, Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4-hour, you can see we've had a little bit of a rejection again, pushed up into the 14Ks again, which is very it's just great seeing the 14 handle on Bitcoin, isn't it? The 14K. Just because obviously we know we didn't get up, we just haven't been at these highs since the end of 2017, and we're holding up here quite nicely. So it's positive, even if we get pullbacks from here. I mean, 13K, 12K. I mean, it does feel like Bitcoin has got every chance now of not seeing under 10K again. Obviously, famous last words there and all that, but things are clearly looking positive. We have got a bit of shenanigans going on in the rest of the markets, as you can see here. We've had that obviously pull back in the dollar yesterday, and yeah, I mean, look at that for a spike back up. The 10-year yield has also dropped all of a sudden quite precipitously, so that is not ideal. But yeah, that's basically a risk-off trade. That is what is obviously why Bitcoin's had this little bit of a sell-off. That is a flight into the dollar, flight into bonds, and also stocks. If we have a look, stocks after getting very comfortably into, well, above this level and actually above the next level also, have been absolutely whacked. I mean, this is a large move for stocks. Is my measuring tool going to work? What's going on here? It doesn't want me to measure it. Is that any of these working? Oh, has it come down there? Is that where it is? Is it down here? Is it down here? Oh well, anyway, this is a big move. This is a big move in stocks. I mean, you can just see the range of this move compared to other moves that we've had. But yeah, from all the way up here to all the way down here, especially seeing as that happened in one candle. But yeah, I mean, as it stands though, at present, bought back up, the futures bought back up and looking to retake this. This is the important level. This is why it is it's a thicker white line. But yeah, get back up of here. We can start to look good again. We can hopefully put all this uncertainty behind us, and then just crack on with regular trading. That is the dream, guys. Basically. We don't really want any long drawn out contested rubbish going on. It seems like there is going to be a winner, so we'll just have to see what happens there, see what shenanigans get pulled. Bitcoin dominance, not sure. These large wicks in here, I'm not sure whether to trust them, because you get them and they don't look alright. Oh, my measuring tool's back. Oh, was my measuring tool on then? I just didn't do it. You get these big wicks, but yeah, either way, we're at this next 4-hour 9, pull back off a few. Can we get a more substantial pullback this time? Because yeah, just alts are getting absolutely just destroyed. Yeah, so there we go. Look, if you look at that, that is more than a 3% move, which is a phenomenally large move for the S&P. So yeah, but over to Bitcoin anyway. Over to Bitcoin and well, we've got a clear trend line in here, guys. What we'll do is we'll actually get rid of this channel now. This channel played out. It was obviously we obviously dropped out of it and came down to roughly its target. So obviously good to see. But yeah, we have got a nice clear defined trend line coming in down here. Probably just draw it like that. I know obviously we've got some wicks below it, but there's the main bodies on the 4-hour pretty much included. But yeah, so we've got this trend line. So obviously this is a bullish ascending triangle sort of formation. I mean, you could draw it as an ascending channel of sorts, but I don't know whether I'd really want it, or even potentially an ascending wedge. So I mean, he's not 100%. Oh wow, it's not 100% a bullish. It's not 100% certain we're in a bullish formation, guys. We could be in an ascending wedge of sorts here, or a rising channel. Either of those, potentially bearish formations. So we'll just draw it. We'll do it on there. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt for the time being, and say that we could be in a bearish formation here. So And by bearish formation, I just mean a formation that can statistically is often more likely to break to the downside. But obviously, to counter that, we're coming off the back of an up move, and obviously the trend is your friend. But yeah, that is kind of what we're looking at. It is very easy just to draw a flat top across there, but I mean, it doesn't really coincide with many other points, whereas this pretty much gets to 3 points. So yeah, we've got to keep an eye on this. But I mean, in all fairness, I think if we get above here, then I think we will get acceleration. But yeah, I mean, price action will get particularly wild in here. And then could we get an absolutely huge, humongous, massive rejection to the downside? I mean, it's possible, but I just don't think it is as likely it has been in previous times, because we have moved on money printing wise. We're a different time now. And I think the argument for Bitcoin being 20k or higher is a lot stronger now. So I don't know if people are gonna try and come in above 14k and think they can hammer Bitcoin down to like 8k again or anything like that. I don't think they will think that they will be able to do that. So let's have a look at this finally. Let's have a look at the stochastics, see how they are doing. Yeah, I mean, 4 hour looking like it's at trend line here. So this could potentially turn down. So obviously we've got a bit of downward action at the moment. I mean, we could potentially be seeing a move down to the 13k and obviously disregarding this trend line completely. Or even to, well, the sub 13k, basically down to this support. We could easily see that move. We could drop this trend line. That obviously losing that trend line would accelerate some downside. 10 hour, or well, 10 hour is sort of turned back up, but you can see it's stalling out, doesn't really know where to go. Also the same with the 12 hour, sort of looking like it's going to turn back up, but basically stalling out. 10 hour daily sort of coming down, 2 day looking toppy. These are slower moving. These are not so much useful for looking at today's price action though, and then obviously we know these ones are all going to be looking good. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we are basically at the upper side of the range. We've given 3 goes at trying to three stabs at trying to get break out into this next zone. 3 failures thus far. Also, you could argue this would be 3 sell-offs to try and get us down to well below 13k, which well, actually this wick came just below, but the rest of them haven't really got below 13k. So yeah, I mean, we are waiting some real direction in the stock markets and the DXY. I mean, if this does get going, which I mean, I think it will. I personally think it will, and I'm basing that on the fact that I think there's not going to be as much uncertainty regarding election outcomes as the market was potentially thinking there could be. So I think that this will come back down. I think the stocks will go back up, and I think we will then sort of resume business as usual, basically. Bitcoin dominance, yeah, I mean, we think we did look at that again, 409. I mean, realistically, we've got to get ourselves back below this level and back below this level before things start to look good. But clearly, this has gone on an absolute moonshot. Let me just put this into a bit of perspective for you. Absolute moonshot. I mean, do things keep moving up continuously in a straight line? No, they don't. So are we going to expect some sort of a pullback or at some point? I mean, we can look at this move here though. Move down, consolidation, and then move down. And this was quite a substantial move. But I mean, from top to bottom, it's pretty much roughly equal to top to bottom what this is now. And then we did then reverse. So I mean, markets ebb and flow, and I just would be surprised, regardless of whether you're bullish or bearish of this, to at least not see a pullback. Well, potentially to this line here, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, that is it, guys. So remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.